start with a little game. It's just going to take 2 minutes. There's some Post-its behind your back. You can just look behind the chair, and then you're going to see 2 Post-its. And I want you to draw in 30 seconds a chair. Some of my colleagues here, they have already played that game, but for the ones that know, maybe, yeah, just draw a chair. 30 seconds. Okay, who's done? Show me your chair. Wow, this chair is even in 3D. It looks like something where I can actually sit on. It's not bad. Someone else? Perfect. I mean, you don't need more to understand that that's just chair, right? Great. Cool. Now on your second Post-it, I want you to draw something that is comfortable. Something that's comfortable. Yeah, comfortable. Something that is comfortable. Something that you think is comfortable. 30 seconds. Anybody? Ready? A bed. A double bed. Wow. Not bad. That sounds very comfortable. Well, so you have also a bed. That's interesting. Something crazy? A heart. I like that. Bring it up. Why a heart? That's so cute. Explain.
I guess love makes you comfortable, right?
Very spiritual. Very good. Cool. Something also crazy? Like a heart? What do you have there? A hammock. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Okay, so as you see, here we have 2 different answers to something that should be perhaps the same, right? I mean, a chair and something comfortable, you have like 2 completely scenarios, yeah? And one is actually taking you out of the symbol, and the other one is actually referring more to your needs, right? So co-creating as a prototyping method. Why? Because it brings value to co-create with your stakeholders. And when I mean stakeholders, I don't mean only end users, I mean everybody that is going to participate in a product or in a project. Right? I think I'm going to take this. Does it work? Does it work? Good. So about me. I'm Camila Lombana. I'm Colombian. And I left the country when things were pretty messy, actually. So I left to study art. I think in need to find some beauty and humanity. And in that journey, I realized that actually what I liked was working with people. And I changed my career, started working as media informatics. And that's where I realized, okay, strategic design is actually where you can really work with people. Yeah, I all usually said that my work is not about technology. It's about me translating what the real needs of the users are. So I work at the AppHaus, and the AppHaus is not here. It's another building of SAP near Adidas. And the AppHaus is a team that is actually driving human-centered innovation to our customers. Believe it or not, in the world of digitalization, Industry 4.0 and everything, you realize that, well, in the B2B scenario, customers are not there yet they're not ready for many aspects of digitalization. And driving human-centered innovation becomes a task and a challenge. And we are a team of strategic designers. We're very small here in Berlin, but actually the team is spread out in different parts of the world, New York, Palo Alto, Korea. And how do we work? Well, innovation is a buzzword. Everybody defines innovation probably differently, but we are looking for what we call experience innovation. And we're aiming to find this little center here in which people desirability, business viability, and technology feasibility is actually coming together. And why is this so important? Well, because if you have business viability, technological feasibility, but people don't want to use it, then you have a big investment problem. I was very happy with your example on Google Glasses because that actually tells exactly that story, right? The other way around, you have people desirability, maybe a huge business case, but technologically it's not implementable yet. Then again, you have a problem. And the other way around, you maybe there's no business value in it. Well, you have an invention, not necessarily a experience innovation, right? So how do we do that? We start with people, right? We start with people, we start inspecting people, we start talking to people, we start engaging with people, and we ask them, what do you need? Why? Because, well, we believe that's actually ahead. I'm sorry for my sketch, for the people who don't understand it. Actually, from people have motivations, right? And these motivations usually, they are linked to needs. And the needs create behaviors, and it's only from there that it actually can create change. Change on what? On attitude. It doesn't happen the other way around. You cannot tell people, hey, listen, we have this great product, it's called Google Glasses, use it. If people don't see the need to use it, that's not gonna happen. So to prototype or not to prototype? The question's pretty much easy, right? I mean, why do you think there's a value of prototyping? I'll give you 6. Prototype allows you to get in touch with reality, right? To understand what really the value is. It's a form of learning and ideating. So it's a form of what you were actually saying. It's a form to understand the problems, not the solutions, because it's true that everybody comes with a solution, but they don't ideate on the problem. It makes accessible for potential users to understand where you're going. It reduces risk, yeah, because you can very fast understand if the idea is going to be usable or not. And this is probably one of my favorite ones. It uncovers hidden problems. These hidden problems, sometimes it's not even in the product area. Sometimes these hidden problems are inside the organization or the team. And by doing prototyping, you're also inspecting how people are communicating between them. And once prototyping is settled, you can also symbolize milestones on the development of the idea or the concept. So as you see, prototyping allows us to go on continuous iteration, and it de-risks the development by continually listening, testing, and iterating with the end user. Now, one question. What does he need? Anybody? What? A rope? A bridge? A what? A towel? A boat? Okay. What else? A friend? Friend? Everybody needs a friend? Yeah, probably he needs a friend too. Okay, but what do we know about him? Are we assuming? He's really wet. That's why the towel was maybe a need. But what do we know? Do we know where he's coming from? Do we know where he's going? Do we know if this is his day? Then maybe he needs a bridge, right? Not a rope. Yeah, if it's just that particular moment, well, he probably just needs help, right? So that's practically the reason why we start with people first. We need to know who he is. We need to know what he needs, right? Because doing a project for a bridge is a completely different thing than doing a project for a towel, buying a towel, right? Right? Good. So co-creating as a prototyping method. Why? We collect outsized perspectives from ideas, assumptions, propositions that we probably already have. We observe behavior, mimic, and gestures to this guy, right? We create emotional connection with your audience. We get them committed. That's very important. Through co-creation, you get committed. Everybody, all your stakeholders that are involved during the project. Your future users participate in the thought process. We stop assuming. Yeah? We find inspiration from an extreme user Yeah, but everything, all the goals that we need, they come from coming together with the stakeholders on the same room. And we gain and we create empathy. Very important, because usually what we say and what we do is not what we think or what we feel. And empathy takes us there. Take us to this level of abstraction of feeling and thinking that usually we don't necessarily say out loud. So self-immersion. During co-creation, we are experiencing problems ourselves, consciously. We are asking, they are conversating, they are sharing with us. And, well, we try to put us as well in the real context. It's very different to design when we are maybe giving ideas of how maybe a physician is working in a hospital. No, we go to the hospital. And we observe each other, stakeholders, as a role, as a person. So what do we look for? We try to look for what is real and not ideal. And I think this is very important, because probably sometimes you come with a value proposition, which is ideal. It's ideal to the market, it's ideal to the goals, but it's not real. Yeah? And we look for workarounds. We try to see what is not being said, how people are interacting with the space that they're not telling us about, right? Are they avoiding something? Are they not showing us something because probably they feel insecure? These things are the things that we are actually looking for. We identify latent needs and, well, we speculate as well. So how do we do it? A year ago, we started a project with Audi. And we did a 360 research in the Audi factories in Ingolstadt and Neklasum. And Audi is right now in their digital transformation to create smart factories. It took only 4 days to do the co-creation workshop in 2 locations, and we did 15 different interviews. 4 days each location. And we did user research fully immersed. What we realize is that, okay, they want to go to the way of creating smart factories, but that's a big process. And it's a process that is also very risky. So we decided to go, okay, how can we de-risk this process and start slowly, like you say, with MVPs, in order to start maybe creating the first applications that can lead to a fully transformative factory in a couple of years. And we decided to go and interview the people that are actually working in the assembly line, the technicians, the electricians, and that's where we decided, okay, in the user research, fully immersion, wow, I mean, these people are working in a fire drill every day, and they are using all these tools non-stop, to keep Audi for losing cars every day. So you can imagine how stressful these people are. I mean, look at this screen. Look at the colors, the codes. It's really incredible. The way they communicate, it's like they are creating their own maps. I think I don't have a picture of that, but they're creating their own tools, actually. And by analyzing the process, well, some of you probably do user experience maps. It was humongous. It took the whole place, and then we synthesized the insights. And all of these people that you see there, they are people from Audi. And they are people not only in the C-level management or product area, they are also people from the assembly line. And they're all together synthesizing and giving insights on how we're going to approach this problem. Good. So the first paper prototypes. For us, this is when aha moments come. We only take this very cheap, not risky elements, and we take this home, and these paper prototypes are actually designed by the people during the workshop. They are telling us, and we are translating the needs in very easy post-its. And that's where we can identify, okay, this product is going to be designed in this way. Again. Now, we translate all of these needs in very easy wireframes, and only with these wireframes is that Audi actually takes it and does the management buy-in. We didn't need it anymore. It was just 4 days, easy prototyping, very low cost, but we knew exactly what value we were tackling for. Now, after the buy-in, the very usual way of continuing interaction and detail design, midlife prototyping, and then testing. Now, this is not co-creation anymore, right? This is feedback. This is testing. And usually people mix both. And it's very important to highlight that feedback round or user testing is not co-creation. Because in co-creation, you are putting the other people to tell the ideas, to tell about the problems that they need. Here, you're just giving feedback to something that you are putting on the table, right? So it's very different. However, when you're doing feedback after a co-creation round, they are engaged emotionally in a different way because it's part of the ideas that they're tasting as well. And, well, that's the live version, which went live this month. And, well, the picture is a little bit exaggerated, but the before experience was pretty much like a lot of things, a lot of overwhelming, a lot of workarounds, notes, maps, and everything now simplified in a Fiori system. So the solution was pretty much straightforward. It enhanced the efficiency in the assembly line. It improved the data quality. The employee empowerment was obviously there. And, well, it was a lot of learnings as well for a first project on SAP Cloud. I personally like this quote. So Konstantin Ree, he says that having design prototype in place help us to create common requirements, understanding between the teams, and accelerated faster stakeholders buy-in to launch the first SAP Cloud project in the company. So facts and figures for those who are in management. SAP and Audi, we had 1 project manager and 2 project managers from Audi, 2 UX designers, 5 users who participated in the workshop in the co-creation phase, 1 solution architect, 15 users later for the testing, 3 developers, and 1 sponsor. And this is how it went. So it's important to understand that co-creation is a temporal use of expertise. It doesn't need to be the same people until the end of the launch of the product. And they all work in different times. Right? So you have, obviously, the UX designers and the users fully committed at the beginning. Yeah, the project manager is the one who keeps going on. But as you see, the phases are going back, right? At the end, obviously, everything goes to development because they have to launch the project. Takeaways. Before co-creation, think about how you give your idea or concept an expression. Involve all your senses, not only the brain, build to think. Go, immerse, get to learn who you are designing for. Not only the person, but also the physicality, everything that is around the ecosystem. During the co-creation, ask yourself what you need to get answer about your idea. Build a prototype just for that question. 1 question, 1 prototype. You are not building to know, you're not building to sell. This is not marketing. You're building to ask questions because you want your product to be efficient. Now take the materials around you or find more simply things to start building. You can, if you don't have paper, you can build prototypes in so many different ways, but start cheap with little things. That's what's going to make much more valuable in your prototype. Don't fall in love with your prototype. Create to provoke or to persuade, right? Split up in teams, of course. The more prototypes you have, because they're answering different questions, the more insights you're going to have. After co-creation, always build more than 1 prototype. And the best way to experience an experience is to experience it. The 3 R's, right, rapid, and rough. The right method, quickly iterate, different directions, just good enough. It's about learning, not evaluating. Thank you.